freedom.
John Lewis was a teenager when he left his family's Alabama cotton farm and became immersed in the civil rights movement. His work would start as one of the student leaders determined to desegregate the city of Nashville. Lewis helped found the Student Nonviolent Coordinating Committee, also known as SNCC, a group committed to bringing about change through nonviolence.
We must say, wake up, America, wake up, for we cannot stop, and we will not and cannot be patient.
As a student at Nashville's Fisk University, he was one of the original freedom riders. He helped stage sit-ins and helped organize many pivotal marches, including the March on Washington and Bloody Sunday. In this interview, he describes that historic walk across Selma's Edmund Pettus Bridge.
When we arrived at the apex of the Edmund Pettus Bridge, we saw a sea of blue, Alabama state troopers. About 600 of us walking in twos. It was a very peaceful, orderly protest. Well, I had no idea that we would be beaten, that we would be trampled or tear gassed. I thought we all would be arrested and jailed.
This march will not continue. Troopers here advance toward the group. See that they disperse.
John Lewis was the first one hit. What happened to Lewis and the other nonviolent protesters was broadcast on national television and resulted in a public outcry to defy segregation and pave the way for African Americans to be granted their constitutional right to vote. John Lewis would later describe Bloody Sunday as a defining moment in the civil rights movement.
The days after Bloody Sunday, there was demonstration, nonviolent protests in more than 80 major cities in America. People didn't like what they saw happening there. There was a sense that we had to do something, we had to do it now. We literally, in my estimation, wrote the Voting Rights Act with our blood and with our feet.
John Lewis's activism resulted in him being arrested more than 40 times. Arrests that were often preceded by physical attacks and resulted in serious injuries. But Lewis refused to slow down, his actions applauded for helping bring an end to legalized racial segregation. After leaving SNCC, Lewis continued working to enfranchise minorities. In the late 1960s, he was appointed director of the Voter Education Program, which under his leadership registered close to 4 million minority voters. In the early 1980s, he was elected to the Atlanta City Council and 5 years later as a United States representative to Georgia's 5th Congressional District, an office he held for 34 years. John Lewis co-authored a New York Times best-selling graphic novel memoir titled March and received numerous awards throughout his career, including the highest civilian honor, the Presidential Medal of Freedom by President Barack Obama in 2011. John Lewis passed away on July 17th after suffering from pancreatic cancer. He was 80 years old. He was preceded in death by his wife of 44 years, Lillian Mills Lewis, and is survived by his son, John Miles Lewis. He will be remembered as a civil rights icon and a genuine American hero.
My philosophy is very simple. When you see something that is not right, not fair, not just, say something, do something, get in trouble, good trouble, necessary trouble.